This is Module 5, Part 1 of the Foundations of Programming with Python video series. In the fifth module of this course, we will use lists and dictionaries. We'll also cover basics about separation of concerns programming pattern, error handling, functions, script templates, and a brief introduction to GitHub. Let's continue on the lists that we started in the last module. We have seen that the lists are a convenient way to hold a collection of objects and that they have quite a number of built-in functions. I have put together an example here, and what I want to point out here is we can unpack a list using a for loop, iterating through each item in the collection and print it out. There's always different ways of doing it, so but it's just one example using a for loop. Another way would be actually using the star operator. It looks like the multiplier for the basic operations, and it is the same symbol. It is overloaded in this context, and it is unpacking the list. So let's run this and see how this looks like. So printing out the list in its original form yields us this. Then we can unpack the list with a for loop. Because we're going always through this same print statement where we are eliminating the new line feed at the end and we're adding a comma, and that's why we are ending up with a comma at the end. And then there is the other way of unpacking it is actually using the star operator and using then the separator with the comma in the space. And this way we're getting this very convenient printout of a list. We have also seen saving data to a file. Works the same way as what we have seen with tuples and strings. So we define our file, we have our object file, and then we are creating our list, and we have to then transfer it into a string and manipulate the string to delete the comma at the end and replace it with a new line character. And then we open our file, we're writing into the file, and we close it. So if we run this, and have a look at my data text, then we actually have in fact the information in the file. We also can load data from a file. So instead of writing the file, we also need to load the data in the file, and it is done this way. So we have our empty list, we have our file name, then we're opening the file with the read attribute, and then we are reading it row by row. So what is actually happening here is we're getting this object file, and then we can, for each element in here, we're getting a row, and it's actually separated on the new line character. Then we are transferring with this row dot split and splitting it on the comma. We are creating out of the string that we're getting there a list, and we are using in the string the comma to separate this long string into the individual elements or items that we want to save in the list. Then I have a print list tower in here. We are closing the file, and we still have then the problem. Actually, if we're running it, it's becoming more apparent. What we now have, this is the first execution here, is we still have this new line character at the end of the last value of the last item in our list, because the new line character is in the file, right? So it is actually bringing it in, and of course then also transferring it into a string. Everything is handled as a string in Python here. So in order to prevent this, what we actually can make use of, so this is exactly the same, and what I added here is this strip and then the split. So in Python you actually can chain functions together like this. So running this yields us the last entry without the new line character. And this is due to the strip that I put in here. Also, what I want to note here is the access to the file is just as minimal as possible. So I'm opening the file, I'm reading in the data, I'm processing the data as much as I need to actually get it into memory. I need it to put it in memory, and once that is done, I'm closing it, and only then I continue with anything else. So minimize the time of your file access to as little as possible. And with that, we are coming to the lab 5a. In this lab, we will be working with lists and files. You're getting supplied a starter code where we are declaring some variables. So we've got a string, list table, list row. So we're going to be working with two-dimensional lists to hold our data. We are using string file name cd inventory.txt, our object file. Now we have a structure here for a menu, so we are just going to be running it, just that we actually can see what is happening here. So we are getting a menu, write a read file to data, and then we have with A we can add data to a list, with W can write data to file, with R we can read data from file, with D we are going to be displaying the data that we have in memory, and with exit we are leaving the program. The starter code already has the if and elif structure in here, and I have added to-dos for you. So here is our A, so we are going to be asking for additional information, and this is your to-do, ask user to input data and store it in the in-memory list, and so on. So with write, we're going to be writing it the in-memory list to file. With read, we're going to be reading the information from file into in-memory list, and with D, we are displaying the data that we have in the memory list. So because there is no data in there right now, I can do a D, and there is nothing coming. I have already a file, so I can read it, but nothing is happening because right now the code is missing and we only have the pass in there. So here you actually see why the pass is really making a lot of sense. If I would not have the pass in here, I would get an error message because Python can't run it because there is no code in the elif branch. That's the pass is in here, nothing is happening, so it is just continuing over it. And so this is the lab. And how this actually should look like. Yes, I can already exit out of it. How this should look like is, so if I'm running it, I actually can read. I'm going to starting in with reading in my data because I already have typed in some data. And if I display it, I have already some information in here. Let me quickly do this. So if I'm reading in the data, I now have only 2 titles in there, so I actually can demonstrate it. I can add data and we're going to be working quite a bit with this idea of creating a CD inventory application. So there is just another example of that. We have touched on this a few times already. And we're going to be developing this code further and further throughout the course. So now that we have added this, I can show you the file right now, the text file. There's nothing, only the first 2 in here, so the new entry is not in here yet. So now if I write it to file, it is actually showing up in here. So the writing worked, and we have seen the adding, we have seen the reading, we have seen the displaying, so I can exit out of it. And this is the functionality that is expected out of this lab. With this, I'm concluding part 1 of module 5 of the Foundations of Programming with Python video series. See you in the next part.